Hey y'all, good morning. Prophet Lisa here. Okay, I have some great news for you all. Trump does not want to be the Antichrist. Isn't that wonderful? How do I know this? God told me. Yes, that little voice in my head. And good news, Kamala also doesn't want to be the Antichrist. Woohoo! Is that good or bad? I don't know. That means that the world's probably going to go on for 20 more years. Sorry for all you suicidal people out there. So, yeah. If the world was going to end in a year, it would have to mean that the Antichrist would be our next president. Of course, yes, that is actually a possibility. I'm sure some of you just thought that the Antichrist could be a leader of another country. I remember, gosh, this was like 10 years ago when somebody else was president, and I thought that person was the Antichrist. And this guy I was talking to in Australia, he was like, everybody has always thought that every U.S. president is the Antichrist. He's like, but I think it's probably going to be somebody in China. So he thought it would be the leader of China. I'm sure a lot of people have considered the North Korean leader. It could be Putin. Could be Zelensky, for all we know. Could be anybody. But in order for someone to be the Antichrist, they have to suffer a mortal wound and recover. That's why I was starting to think that maybe it was Trump. Which I actually honestly didn't even think of, because his shot, it wasn't fatal. And I thought that the Antichrist would suffer a fatal wound. It would have been fatal if his head was turned a different way. Anyways, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking, though, that he could be like Hitler. And I will say that this kind of freaked me out, that after he got shot, and you guys can see the video of it, which it's all the time, you see it on Twitter, he puts his hand up in a way that they used to do with the Heil Hitler. Have you guys noticed that? Trump, did you do that on purpose? That's not cool, man. You don't want to be like Hitler. Hitler killed, what, 1 million people? Jews, and it wasn't just Jews. I'm pretty sure it was people of all different races, because he was a white supremacist. He believed in the Aryan race. He literally thought everybody should have blonde hair and blue eyes, but he himself had like dark brown eyes and black hair. Oh, and this is also weird, is he was actually part Jewish. Hitler was. So the whole thing was just so stupid. And like, why was he so against the Jews? You know? Very, very strange. But I will say, the whole thing with the Holocaust, why did it happen? Biblically, I think it's because the people in the crowd, when Pontius Pilate says, do you want me to release Barabbas or Jesus? And they said, crucify Jesus, release Barabbas. And they said, his blood will be upon us and our children. So they literally put that curse on themselves. So that's why the Holocaust happened. Anyways, Trump, I just really hope you're not going to be another Hitler. And don't admire him. Don't think he's awesome. He was a terrible person. And please don't ever do that sign again of putting your hand up like people did with the Heil Hitler. That's not cool, man. I know I've seen that in a lot of movies. I was kind of obsessed with movies about Hitler and the Holocaust. Why? I don't know. There was this one really good movie about, I think there were like 30 different assassination attempts on Hitler. I forget what the name of that movie was, but it was so interesting. And they almost got him, but every time it failed. Which, yeah, it makes you think, like, why on earth did God let him get away with that much? But like I said, basically he was fulfilling the curse that they put on themselves in the Bible. Anyways, but we don't need another Hitler, you know? We do not need another Hitler. We need a leader. We need a leader, but not another Hitler. Not a dictator, you know? We need someone who's, I don't know, cares about the people, obviously. Cares about all the people, not just half the people. Yeah, you gotta care about the legals and the illegals. How? I don't know. You just gotta forgive them, you know? We all have to forgive the illegals for all the crazy stuff that they're doing. You know, what's interesting, though, is that everybody's focusing on the crimes of the illegals. What about the crimes of the legal citizens? You know? What was it? I just heard in a video, someone said, show me the man and I'll tell you the crime. So you could say that every man has committed some kind of a crime, and every man deserves to be put in jail. So, well, what are we going to do? We can't lock up every single man, can we? I mean, we could, but we need men to work and run our country. So, anyways, congratulations, everybody. The world will go on for 20 more years. So don't be thinking it's the end of the world. It's not. It's kind of a bittersweet thing, actually. I would have been okay with the world getting blown up in a year. Anyways, God loves y'all. God bless. Bye. Hang in there. This too shall pass. Whatever you're stressed about. God loves you. God bless.